February the 7th, 2022. This week, let's create the habit of sitting at the table when we eat. If you're like me, you may be guilty of eating on the go. Eating on the couch in front of the TV, eating in the car, eating while standing, eating in the bed. When we purposefully sit at the dining table or a designated eating space and make it a thing, it reminds us to focus. Take the control away from the mind and the mindless eating and really focus on the body. Make it a body ritual, a designated time and space to nourish the body. Listen to the body. Honor the body. Prepare your space today. If you have a dining table, decorate it as you would an altar or a temple that you will bring your food and your body to several times each day to give thanks and respect for both and the major supportive role they play in your everyday life. P.S. If you would like to share the beautiful altar you prepare or a picture for inspiration of a beautiful dining table design, post a picture of it on Instagram with the hashtag SoulStrongBodyHonor. Food for thought. A moral is a value or a guideline we decide we want to live by in order to add meaning and purpose to the lives we live instead of just doing whatever, whenever, with no meaning or purpose. While being possessed by the mind, we have lost the desire for morals. The mind doesn't like rules or regulations. Our values are personal. This isn't about saying everyone has to live as I live, believe as I believe, act as I act. It's a personal choice, something each person decides depending on what brings peace to your soul and feeds your soul. If the mind is in control, there is no choice, and the deep desire for peace within your soul is dismissed and ignored. I think it's time to bring back some food morals. As the mind has taken over control of our world and our lives, we have lost meaning. To do things consciously means to do things meaningfully, slowly, with focus and purpose. As we know, the mind is excessive. Therefore, it applies its excessive, never enough, more habits to our food. If you watch TV, you see an excessive display of food. The family breakfast is a major buffet of pancakes, fruit, scrambled eggs, orange juice, etc. It is a beautiful and excessive display of food. Most of the time in movies, something is grabbed off of this table by a teenager and is rushed out the door. Food is just a mindless action our minds use for pleasure or to meet a need. Where is the meaning? Where is the focus, the purpose, the honor, the respect? I vote we bring meaning and honor back to the activities of our lives. I think if we do this for food, it is a way of honoring our physical world and our bodies. It is true gratitude. We have lost gratitude because we have an excessive supply of everything. I recently watched the very first episode of Little House on the Prairie, one of my absolute favorite chicken soup for the soul kind of shows. Life was hard back in the early settler days, and they had little and were extremely grateful for everything. They worked hard for what little food they had, so when they sat down to eat it, they thought about that. They thought about the effort and what a blessing it was to be guided to this food by their soul intuition or God. Mealtime was meaningful. They didn't have to try to be grateful. They were actually truly grateful to be able to feed their bodies. There was no excess. When there is excess, gratitude becomes more difficult and things lose meaning. You can apply this to most everything in life. Meaning is lost when surrounded by excess. The mind is the author of excess. The mind has covered up the meaningful nature and beauty of what food does for our bodies. We no longer take time and effort to make mealtime meaningful. I'm not talking about cooking a 5-course meal for every mealtime. That is the mind's idea and is excessive. I'm talking something simple, like walking your Hot Pocket over to the kitchen table and sitting down with a plate in front of you and paying attention to your body while you eat it. That's it. Okay, well, maybe a healthier choice than a Hot Pocket, but you know what I'm saying. Eat with meaning and intention and focus. Make it a thing. Step outside of your tidymind house and stop worrying with your mind for 15 minutes and think about your food and how your body feels while eating it. Let's bring meaning back. Let's regain some food morals and make mealtime a time of sanctuary and gratitude and really focus on our physical body. I've been thinking about my dining room table, or my food altar, and making it more appealing so it reminds me of its purpose when I walk by and look at it. Instead of using it to hold my unfolded laundry, I want to make it an honored and respected altar. This is where I bring my body when it's hungry and focus on it and how it feels. This is where I bring the food I've been blessed with and feel truly grateful. The things my mind has been thinking about and talking about are not welcomed in this 15 minutes of food sanctuary time. I leave all of that. I step outside the tidymind house. I focus my attention on my food and my body. I feed my body and I feed my soul. 15 minutes of peace and